Today's I can statement is I can write numbers in expanded and standard form. At any time in this video, I suggest to pause to take notes. First, we have to look at what is expanded form. Expanded form is a way of writing numbers to see each individual digit's value. For example, let's look at the number 9,340. Every digit in the number above has a value. The 9 has a value of 9,000. The 3 has a value of 300, and the 4 has a value of 40. We don't look at the 0 because the 0 has a value of 0. Let's continue to look at the same number, 9,340. We can expand those values even more. We knew that the 9 had a value of 9,000, but we can also say it has a value of 9 times 1,000 because 9 times 1,000 is 9,000. We knew that the 3 had a value of 300, but we can break it down more by saying its value is 3 times 100 because there's 3 in the hundreds place. And same with 40. We knew the 4 had a value of 40, but we can break it down more by saying 4 times 10 because there's a 4 in the tens place. If we put all of those values together, we would get 9 times 1,000 plus 3 times 100 plus 4 times 10. This is one example of expanded form. Let's continue to expand 9,340. We can expand those values even more. Earlier, we said that the value of the 9 is 9 times 1,000. We can also say it's the same thing as 9 times 10 to the third because what we discussed yesterday was that 10 to the third is the same thing as 1,000. With the 3 times 100, we can say the value is the same as 3 times 10 to the second. And with the 4 times 10, that's the same as saying 4 times 10 to the first power. If we put all of those values together, we would get 9 times 10 to the third plus 3 times 10 to the second plus 4 times 10 to the first. This is how we would use exponents in expanded form. What is standard form? Standard form is the standard way we write everyday numbers. For example, 67,360 is already written in standard form. That is how we would write that number typically. If I gave you the expanded form of a number, we can change it back to standard form. Let's look at examples. 6,000 plus 400 plus 90 is put in expanded form. To put this expanded form back into standard, we have to add all the values together, and we would get 6,490. We may get the same expanded form, but it may look a bit more expanded. For example, they may give us 6 times 1,000 plus 4 times 100 plus 9 times 10. It was the exact same thing as our other one, but they actually expanded it a little bit more. Instead of saying 6,490, they said 6 times 1,000, 4 times 100, and 9 times 10. To put this expanded form back into standard form, we have to multiply, then add all the values together, and we would get 6,000 plus 400 plus 90 after we multiplied, and then we add them all together, and we would get 6,490. Now, the expanded form may start even more expanded. What I mean by that is they may not say 6 times 1,000. They may say 6 times 10 to the third, plus 4 times 10 to the second instead of 4 times 100, plus 9 times 10 to the first instead of saying 9 times 10. To put this expanded form back into standard, we have to put the exponents in standard form first, then multiply, then add the values together. So we would get 6 times 1,000 plus 4 times 100 plus 9 times 10 once we took everything out of the exponents. Then we multiply them all together to get 6,000 plus 400 plus 90. And once we add all of those values together, we would get 6,490. All of the examples I just did lead you to the exact same standard form answer. They were all just written slightly different in expanded form. Your today's questions will be question 1, what is 7,000 plus 600 plus 50 equal to in standard form? Question 2, write 9,460 in expanded form. And question 3, what is 3 times 10 to the third plus 4 times 10 to the second in standard form? Don't forget, please answer your questions below. This lets me know that you watched the video. I would pause my screen here so the questions are above.